Bro, can you believe that the season's been out for what, a day? It's been a day, and fucking there's already pros complaining on Twitter about the new season.
Season 14 is here. Oh yeah. Oh, God forbid the people that get paid money to play this game are already complaining.
Already complaining, dude.
Already complaining, dude.
Oh my god.
You know what, Calvin? Let's save a bunch of time here. You make money playing the game, pros. Stop it.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
The only two things the pros have been saying that make any sense, that have any semblance of fairness, is delete Seer, and there needs to be a better option for solo queue ranked players.
Sure.
Other than that, I don't want to hear it, dude.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Listen,
I don't want to hear it.
This game. I know you played this game 24/7. Okay. And so you notice things that regular people like us don't notice.
No.
But some of the shit you're saying, shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
Anyways.
Shut up.
God, dude, I can't stand it, man. I can't fucking stand it.
Anyways, Calvin can't stand it, everybody.
Welcome to this new episode of Pex Pals, the only Apex Legends podcast for the mediocre gamer. My name is Calvano Manio. This is my homeboy, my lover in the secret, in the dark, Joel Cupcake, Mr. Worldwide himself. Joel, how you feeling today?
The mediocre gamer himself.
How you feeling today?
Dude, I am great, dude.
That's good. It's good to hear.
Other than I whiffed a full clip of PK shots this morning.
Fuck.
Actually, two of the five pulls, it did the thing where it like hits and the shield flashes, and then it like no regged me.
Oh yeah, I love that.
But technically, it counts as a whiff.
Yeah.
You know, so other than that, I'm great. I got a fucking cider. I got a Golden State cider. I don't know if I've ever talked about these on the show. They're quite delicious.
Golden State cider, huh?
It's a Sonoma County apple-driven dry cider. Yeah, it's got alcohol.
I love that.
You would actually love these, Cal. They're like light, but they have like that. You know when you have real like apple juice or apple cider, it's like a little crisp.
Yeah,
with that little tiny barks, like Bart. I said barks. Bite like barks. That's what I meant to say. Yeah, it's fucking good, dude. What about you? What are you sipping on over there?
I'm sipping on a Sapporo. I had nothing else but these Sapporos in the fridge, so I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna get a Sapporo." Anyways, check out Pex Pals podcast on all social media platforms.
Anyways, we're fucking alcoholics
at Pex Pals podcast. Also, check out our website, pexpals.com, to check out this episode on 3 or 4 listening services, and also watch the YouTube video because we do record this and post it on YouTube. This video is especially special because we're doing something new. We're going to be showing you the patch notes as we go through them,
so you can read along with us like it's
kindergarten. Read along with us, and you can see what we're reading and where we get our information from.
Me being a gamer, I have the IQ of a fucking kindergartner, so it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna help someone out there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And what I was trying to say earlier is our stuff is available worldwide. Okay, I'm done.
Worldwide. You can also email us at pexpalspodcast@gmail.com for if you want to submit a clip, if you want to ask us questions, if you want to just talk. Hit us up, bro. Hit us up.
If you want to compliment my beard or Calvin's hair.
Please. Exactly. One of the two.
Please, our significant others don't. So we need the love from you guys, our listeners.
So this episode, like I just alluded to, is our first impressions of the new season, Apex Legends Hunted, with our brand new character, Mara Vantage. She goes by
Vantage.
Our impressions of her, our impressions of the day and a half of gaming we've gotten in so far, and just go over the patch notes with you guys, and so if there's anything fishy out there that seems fishy to you, maybe it's in the patch notes, and maybe we can bring it up for you. But first and foremost, before we do anything, Joe Cupcake, I want to know what's your weapon of the week.
So we had a lot of changes as we're going to go over in the patch notes. So I actually have multiple weapons of the week.
Oh, let's hear it.
Okay. Gold weapon. Gold hemlock.
Mm-hmm.
I put a 3-time scope on one when I found it last night. Mm-hmm. I was literally like 2 pulling people with purple armor on.
Oh, yeah.
That gold hemlock is legitimately scary.
Yes.
Scary.
Absolutely.
So that's for my gold weapon of the week. It's the hemlock. My regular weapon of the week, the one that I've actually been using that is my tactical weapon of the week is the G7.
G7 Scout.
Yeah. I do think it needs a little bit of a tweak, a little bit of a damage buff. It's going to be hard to keep up with the 30-30 and the the Wingman. I think their reasoning is the double tap, but that double tap doesn't work at range, man. That only works at close range.
It's hard at range.
So like they either need to lessen the bullet drop so it's a little bit more in line with the Wingman, or maybe increase the rate of fire or the bullet travel velocity. Something needs to change.
Sure.
But that's my weapon of the week. And just for fun, I'm just excited the fucking Eve is back. That's like,
yeah, dude.
we can't not have a weapons of the week segment without mentioning that gun and how, dude, you put the purple stock and the purple bolt and that thing fucking is frying.
I've seen it, dude. I've seen it. It's a crazy gun now.
Well, what about you, Calvin? What's your weapon of the week? What are you most excited about? And if you've hit any of the gold guns, which one's your favorite?
Let's see. My weapon of the week it's been a long time coming because it's been gone for so long. The Volt. The Volt, dude. I'm so happy it's back. Just because like energy ammo, for some reason, the last 2 seasons has been fucking everywhere, right? But then they want to give you the Havoc or the Devo and then not a turbocharger in sight. Like 1 turbocharger per game, apparently. You know what I mean? And you don't get it.
Yeah.
And so now I see all this energy ammo and I see a Volt and I'm like, yes, dude. Yes, dude. You put the laser sight on it. Yes, dude. It's so great. It's the perfect gun, dude. Like 0 recoil, dude. It does good damage, and now you have that fucking laser sight on it. You're melting, dude, man. It's awesome. I'm so happy it's back on the ground.
I am gonna say it doesn't feel right to me.
Oh, really?
It doesn't feel how it went before it went in the care package to me. I don't like that was my before I went in the care package, Calvin, that was my mid-range gun. There's a reason I didn't talk about the Havoc a lot on the show.
Yeah.
Before. Because you put a bruiser on the Volt, I had no fear.
Yeah.
It still wasn't a very good hip fire gun then, but it was my main, but I've been using it, man.
Yeah.
Getting the gold energy mags, getting the purple stocks.
Yeah.
And it's just, and I'm not the only person. A couple of the other people I've been paired with, both randoms and some of our friends, have just said it doesn't quite feel right.
I dig it. I'm glad it's back. So fuck you.
Oh no, I'm glad it's back. Don't get me wrong.
Fuck you. I haven't found any gold guns yet. There was 1 gold gun, and I can't remember what it was, but I don't. Yeah, because I haven't found any. Haven't seen any. I have used the Rampage, but it's just the same old fucking Rampage. So whatever.
Oh, I disagree. That thing.
I don't know.
The only one I've had all 2 days. We 2 of us were running the care package Rampages.
Yeah.
And we had a team, they had better positioning.
Yeah.
They had fucking Sheila. They had a fuse. Like we were fighting outside. We had no cover. Like that team should have smacked us silly. And because we had double Rampages, and they didn't push smartly. We just smacked them up.
So anyway, my weapon of the week is the Volt.
Love it.
Was there any more comments on my comments, Joe?
No, I was just gonna say I'm just sad for you that you haven't found the gold beak yet.
Oh yeah, that's right, the gold beak. So
drop caustic. It's almost always one of the things. Like they don't really. It's always like the longbow. It's like weird though because caustic because they changed the stuff.
Oh yeah, I found the gold longbow. I mean, it's the longbow.
Oh okay, yeah. But so caustic's been weird. I've been dropping there, and like sometimes it's a purple shield, not a gold shield. Sometimes it's a purple knockdown. Sometimes it's a purple bag instead of the gold thing.
That's
so they
weird.
must have done something to rotate the loot pool.
Didn't I say that? Didn't I fucking say that? I said last season they nerfed the armories because people were complaining about the gold items, blah blah blah. And you're like, well, hopefully caustic won't change. Yeah, hopefully. And look, they fucking changed caustic because people
you brought it up on the show.
Because people bitched about gold items. Fuck you. Stop bitching about gold. Adapt, motherfucker. Adapt. It's a game. It's not supposed to be the same every single time you play it. God damn it. That makes me fucking angry.
But, dude, gold beak. Yeah, I was hunkered down behind a rock with Muffin earlier and a rando we were playing with. And I was caustic, of course, and they pushed into my gas. I pulled out that gold beak and they had full red armor cow and just demolished 2 of them.
Good. Fuck them.
It was amazing. Anyways, let's get to the thick of it, brother. What do you got for us?
Let's do it. Well, everyone knows season 14 has dropped. Apex Legends Hunted. We are greeted with King's Canyon again. King Canyon is back, baby, with a lot of changes to it. A lot of odd changes that I've noticed so far, like specifically with how to get around the map.
Yeah.
It's a little weird. I don't know if I'm a big fan of it yet, but we'll talk about it. And most notably, our brand new character, Vantage, with her whole origin story. New character, new ranged attack. I don't know what you want to call her, type of character. Survivalist sniper
Yeah.
is her description in the game. And we're greeted with a brand new ranked point system, and everything's a little interesting. I've noticed before we get into the ranked, I've noticed some crazy rank scores coming out of starting at this new season, but we've already had some people posting predator pictures, and we've already had some people posting masters pictures. So hopefully we won't have that issue last season of no one hitting masters on Xbox for majority of the season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we're gonna do something fancy here. If you're watching this on YouTube, you get to see it. But if you're not watching on YouTube, sucks to suck. We're utilizing the little features here on this broadcasting website that we use, and we are bringing up the actual patch notes from the Apex Legends website. And this is where we get all information from. So we don't sit here and memorize and write shit down. We just look at what they give us, and then we make our dumbass mediocre opinions based off this. So I'm gonna be.
You're on fire today, Calvin. Your attitude is like perfect mix of sass and humor, dude. Like I think it's because you let your hair down this episode and you didn't last episode. I think that's what it
was. So we're gonna go through these notes and talk about them. So yeah. So first off, new legend. Oh, amazing. Vantage is a survivalist sniper. You know her origin story. It's her. She comes with this funny little bat she calls Echo. She makes a joke where she goes, we need to find Echo's location. Haha. Echo location. Cheesy joke because it's a bat.
She's a bat. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So they have written down her little skills here, and her passive is called Spotter's Lens. It says aim down sights to scout with your eyepiece, unarmed or with mid to long range scopes, and use a bullet drop indicator to see where your shots will land. This is huge because a lot of people don't realize that the bigger sights, like from the 2 times and up, have little gauges on them to like rangefinder gauges. So if you need to lob a shot, you line it up off center, pick the sight up so it lobs around over there to where we're shooting at. The bigger sniper rifle guns like the 4.8 and the digital threat sniper scopes actually have a rangefinder on them. So it shows you how far away you are looking at, and then has better range indicators on it, so you can actually adjust your sight to shoot that. But she has this already. She has this all the time as her passive, so you can land precision long range shots all the time with any sight, which is pretty fucking dope. Obviously it works better with mid to long range scopes because you're able to zoom in and see the bullet drop or the bullet trajectory a little bit better. But that still fucks.
And one thing that is on here that I brought up 2 episodes ago, I don't know why it doesn't mention it on the actual page, because we can see everything that's mentioned here, is when you have the visor, when you're aiming at something, on the top right portion of the aiming square, it'll show 3 pieces of armor, and that's the level. The bigger one, which is the one to the left, the closest to the center of your aimer, is the target you're looking at. What color armor he has on. So red, gold, purple, blue, white, and then next to it shows the other 2 as well. So just from looking at someone, you can tell your whole team like what the enemy team is wearing.
Yeah, that's super cool. That's such a cool thing, because say you are late to a fight and you have blue and white armor, you aim in on the team that you see is looting and they're all purple and red. You're like, maybe I don't want to do this fight.
Yeah.
It's a really great thing. Another thing about it, which is not mentioned here, is your little range indicator laser sight can be seen by the enemy team. So if you're
for the sniper's mark, yeah.
So if you're looking at that's on Sniper's Mark.
That has nothing to do with the spotter's lens.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll get to that then. So that's her passive is spotter's lens. Her tactical is called echolocation. You throw your little bat friend Echo up towards an area, and at any moment you want to, you can press the button and then fly over to wherever Echo is. It's kind of like Loba's ring, but more precise. Loba's ring is kind of like you hold it, you can like, gauge a distance and like, pick your location you want to fly to, and you kind of just roughly fly over there. With echolocation, you can put a precision location that you want to fly up to, and from whatever location you are in, and fly up there at a moment's notice.
So to clarify, all you have to do is be able to see the bat, see Echo, and you can fly to him. Now, Loba's bracelet, when you launch it, it no matter how high the arc in the sky is, it'll go teleport you to what's underneath it. Echo, you actually fly towards.
Yes.
So you hit your tactical button, whether it's Q or a bumper or a paddle, if you're like me, and it aims Echo, and then you have to kind of hit the button and hold it for I think it's like a second and a half, and then you charge up and you launch towards Echo, and then when you're at the apex of the flight path, you can hit A to actually double jump off her ability.
Yeah.
This is interesting to me. I had a fucking person yesterday that outran me and Muffet because Echo. So if everybody remembers the terrorizing days of the first 4 seasons of Pathfinder, Calvin, you could literally 1v3 a whole team because you could chase them down.
Yeah.
Echo's cooldown without a gold helm is 17 seconds. So with a gold helm, it's like 12, I think.
Sure.
So she can literally just keep moving because Loba's, whereas it drops to the ground, Echoes, you can just shoot it up at like a 60-degree angle and teleport up, and then do the double jump to jump up a cliff. So she can easily out position or run away from or chase you.
Sure. It takes some time to set up, but you can totally do it. Yeah, it's a really good tactical. I've seen really good application of it the past day and a half. So what we'll see if it's broken or not in the coming days. And then finally, her ultimate is called Sniper's Mark. You use a custom sniper rifle to mark enemy targets, which applies a damage bonus for you and your team. And so what I was referring to earlier is when you have this gun out, just like Rampart's Sheila, you press the button and it pulls the gun out. It's just like that. You press the button, she pulls the sniper rifle out. You aim down sights with it. A giant laser comes across the screen. And your teammates can see it, but also the enemy can see it. So it's not just a free gimme. And so just like Rampart's Sheila. But it marks enemy targets, and if you hit them, it applies a damage bonus for you and your team, which is huge because you can see it. So often people have to do the 3-2-1, where you like, oh, there's a guy on the roof, he's standing still. We're gonna shoot at him. Ready? 3, 2, 1, shoot. And then you try to shoot them as best you can to do as much damage to them to drop them as soon as possible. But with Sniper's Mark, you can do this, and it'll be more efficient because if you hit that shot first and your teammate then does a follow-up shot, you're doing way more damage to them. It's a really unique thing, way to get a jump on a team who's not necessarily paying attention to you, maybe to somebody else's. So
Fair.
That's Vantage. Vantage is pretty cool. Like I said, I've seen a lot of fun application of her. And hopefully we see just better things coming from this character. What are your impressions of her so far?
She's fun. I still have a busted elite controller, so like my bumper doesn't work. So trying to use Echo based off a paddle with like my bottom finger is a little difficult. But like you said, great angles. Her ability to flank, her ability to get the high ground, her ability to also retreat if needed is astronomical. You can leave Echo kind of wherever as you progress through like an area, and as long as you can turn around and see him within a certain range, you'll fly to him.
Yeah, it's dope.
So it's like it's what I think Loba Main's wish the bracelet was.
Yeah.
The only difference with Loba's being you can use it to get inside or outside of a building.
True.
Echo you can't because you have to have line of sight.
Yes.
So I love that. Dude, the Sniper's Mark is like, it's loud. It's a fair, it's like, you know how Fuse's ult, when you use it, that fucking people know you used it.
Exactly.
Vantages is the same way. I do think it needs maybe a slight rate of fire nerf or something, because like the people that are good with it, it's like doom doom, you're dead. You know what I mean? Like 2 headshots in a row, or maybe stack the damage a little less, because you take more damage per shot that you get hit.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like that when you mark somebody, it's like a little black and red like orb on their body. It's not like above them. You don't get an extra like ping or awareness. It's just, oh, that's the one to shoot.
Do you remember seasons ago we were talking about like what reworks we would like to have for certain characters? And then I mentioned, I think a nice rework for Revenant would be a change to his orbs. So currently Revenant's tactical is he shoots those death orbs, or the fuck they're called, and it does 10 damage to you. And
Fireball.
it also
Fireballs.
Yeah, whatever.
He's a wizard, Harry.
He's a wizard. And it prevents you from using your abilities.
Yeah.
My suggestion for Revenant would be, instead of you shooting an orb, if he sees you, you use your tactical and you get marked for death. And it doesn't do the 10 damage, but it prevents you from using your abilities the same way. And maybe highlights you. Like just like the way what you call it, Vantage's sniper rifle does, you know. I think that'd be really cool. I mean, it's obviously the mechanic exists, right? The mechanic exists to press your button, hit the person, right, with an invisible projectile, you know, and then make it instantaneous, you know, from you to them, and then mark them. I think this leads to the ability that something like that is possible for Revenant, or maybe another character, you know, line of sight.
Well, and as I brought up, that's a huge rumor on the last episode at the very end. Like, that's the huge rumor, is that Rev is due for a big buff soon.
Sure. So yeah, Vantage. Check her out if you haven't played her yet. What's 12,000 Apex tokens? What the fuck it's called? Coins.
Yeah, which everybody has those.
Yeah, exactly. So just unlock her, have fun.
Yeah.
Secondly, with the new season 14 is the Reforged Kings Canyon update. And so I have the map here on the screen. You'll see that down here, Salvage is gone. Where Skull Town used to be, it's now called Relic. It's Skull Town, but reworked a little bit. Mostly everything around the map is still the same. Maybe a few changes here and there. The thing that I wanted to talk about was here in the middle, this cavernous area right here. This area, this little tunnel here, closed off.
Gone. Yep.
Gone. Next to Cage, this area right here, where there's a respawn beacon inside of here.
Yeah.
This area is closed off, which is fucking weird.
Well, and also both those areas were caves. They're open. The skybox is open. So you can be Valked on. You can also be Gibby ulted and Bang ulted. When you're in there now, you're no longer safe.
It's weird, man. I don't know how I feel about that.
The one that really freaked me out earlier, Cal, was when you're running, like, you know, where, does my mouse work on this too?
No, it doesn't.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it does. Oh, do you not see mine? It's just yours?
Yes.
Oh,
it's my browser.
They'll see it on my recording, but yes. But like, well, if you're looking at this, because I'm the one that uploads it, where the mouse is moving right here.
No one sees your mouse.
Okay, well then you're right. My bad. Okay, so above Cage, you know how there used to be basically like 3 ways in?
Yes.
Now it's just 2. Like when you used to run from Cage to the left, like move your cursor to the left, Calvin.
Yeah.
So there was a rock where you could come out and run right and hug the wall, or go left towards where farm used to be.
Yes.
That rock is gone.
Gone.
I got in a firefight there earlier, and I turned around to run away for cover, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was like, that cover is fucking straight up gone.
Gone, dude. Yeah. It's weird. So a lot of most like we said, mostly everything around the map is still the same. Relic is different, obviously. And then trying to think of something else. Right here in this valley right here, you know, here's the bunker, and you go out east, and then you run here towards Cage. There's a little walkway system, railing system up top now. You can't go inside anymore, but there's a little walkway tunnel right here. And
personally,
then
I love that little upper walkway.
I think
remember there used to be one over by what is it now? like runoff or whatever, like
Yeah.
wherever all the sniper towers are.
Yeah, yeah.
When that was slums, remember there was those catwalk areas above the archways.
Oh yeah,
Where you
yeah,
could like
yes.
lay and wait for people. Those were some of my favorite places to fight on OG Kings Canyon.
I
So I
recall.
love that little platform being back.
Yeah, so a few there's a lot of changes around the map. Overall, it still kind of feels like Kings Canyon. But those new block offs, the blocked off passages for calls for some really interesting rotates now. I have to be really thoughtful of it now. But it's mostly the same. Like Joel alluded to. What? Go ahead.
Oh, and I love the color changes. It's brighter.
Dude, it's so vibrant.
It's so vibrant.
It's so like, vibrant.
Oh, it's so nice. And then they did pull out like 3 jump balloons, which I thought was weird.
They did too. So.
Actually, I think it's more than that. Like there was a lot. Every time I turn around to go use a regular jump balloon, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, a lot has changed. Joel alluded to earlier, the loot pool in Caustic's Town Takeover has changed. It's no longer just straight golden weapons and gear. It's purple stuff now, which is stupid.
Yes.
All right. So next thing on the list is the level cap increase. We talked about it last episode. Previously, the highest level to get to was level 500, which was the maximum level. But now you can get up to level 500 4 times. So of a total of 2,000, level 2,000. So, and each edition through 3 additional tiers of 500 levels, bringing the effective level maximum to level 500 tier 3. This increase adds 345 additional Apex packs, earnable via account leveling, and ensures that everyone can earn an heirloom just by playing the game. The total number of Apex packs earnable via account leveling is now 544, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. And for those of you that follow us on Instagram, I did repost over the last couple of days more than once what there's different like the badges, the frames of the badges, the little diamonds. Like the first prestige level is an Octane theme, the second prestige level is a Lifeline theme, and the third prestige level is a Gibby theme. So if you want pictures of those, just follow us on Instagram.
Yep. Secondly, Battle Pass is back, just like every season, and they changed the Battle Pass challenges so that now you can do either Battle Royale or non-Battle Royale challenges. Modes, I mean, to complete the challenges. Before it was like Battle Royale arenas, right? And they were very specific, and no one plays fucking arenas, so no one was doing the arena challenges.
Correct.
So now they give you some flexibility to do that and get more points towards your Battle Pass, which is good. And then into the regular old patch notes. Here are the season 13 ranked results. And for split 1 of season 13, we have following max tier distribution among players who play more than 10 hours of ranked. So that meaning like we put some actual time into playing ranked.
Yeah.
And the split is kind of weird. We have 0.1% people in Master and Apex Predator rank. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I reading this right?
So the number at the back side is what it was last season.
Oh, got it.
So like this season, we only had 1% of people that were Masters and Preds. Yes. Last season, the first split had 5% of people.
True. Okay, yeah. So remember, everybody, last season was the freebie season.
The easy season.
The easiest season. Everyone got points incredibly easy. And it made life at higher levels difficult because people who were now in these higher levels didn't know what they were doing. And it made the game a lot harder for higher level people. But a lot of people were also able to get to a higher rank that they never got to before.
Myself included.
I'm talking about season 12. Season 13 is where things got a little bit crazy. So 0.1% of the people made it to Master Apex Predator rank, which is kind of unheard of because usually it's been around the kind of 2, 3, 1%, but 0.1% now. That's crazy. The first split of season 13 was insane. It was absolutely insane. The points were so hard to get. The players were not friendly. And so that really affected 1.25% into Diamond. Yep. That was rough. And then let's see, Platinum. Well, half of the population ended up in Gold.
But look at the difference of Platinum: 14%, and past season, the past split was 40%.
Yeah, and
I know it was the easier season, but still, that's a huge differential.
Well, yeah, that's because of the easier season, right?
Yeah.
You had all these
also
people.
they changed the rules and then put us on Stormpoint. Like those two things, they colluded they sabotaged us. I don't care.
Well, I mean, if you
Whichever
look
one
at
of you
last
devs
season,
listens to the show, you sabotaged me.
well, look at last season, 0% people in bronze. That means everybody made it out of bronze, essentially.
Yeah.
Right, and that's not supposed to happen. There are supposed to be shitty people who play in bronze. It's true. It's true.
I
There's
know it
supposed to
is.
be
I know
people
it is. I know it is.
who have a hard time with the game, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it kind of alluded to, you kind of see it here. Season 13, 10% of people never made it out of bronze. And that makes sense, right? The first split was hard as fuck, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so that's split one, right? This was split one. And then when they adjusted the scores, it made kind of a difference, right? Everything kind of went up across the board, and gold went down, and silver went down, and bronze went down. So the higher levels got to see more people come up through the ranks on split 2 compared to split 1. Where gold still kind of remained the same, with just under 50% of the population staying in gold. This layout, I kind of like it more, though. I think the shock of the first split, I know it did for me, really like spoiled ranked for me. And it wasn't, and not in the sense of like the points, right? It wasn't the points that were the issue. It was the players. Everyone who still was used to running and gunning, not, getting the 10 kills at the beginning of the game, and then dying in 12th place and still being negative, ruined the game for a lot of people, especially those of us who don't have set teams, right?
Correct.
And so the people up in Diamond, higher Diamond, Masters, and Apex, who have teams, they were able to manage the game a little bit better because they had people who knew what they, not only knew what they're doing, but people who were used to playing with the same people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
They were able to manage ranked a little bit better than those of us who usually solo queue. And so yeah, that was a very interesting thing. Point of note, I only know this because a friend told me, but what's his face? Shiv barely made it back to Masters last season.
Yeah.
Shiv is, as everyone knows, is they call him what, the solo queue god or something like that.
It's the solo queue warlord. That's what he is.
Solo queue warlord.
I've never seen a person that can 1v3 more people than him.
Right, and the dude usually gets to Predator, but because he uses solo queues, last season he made it to Masters. He made it in the last week of the split, which is unheard of for him because he usually grinds himself up to Predator. So the fact that he was having a hard time get up to the points just goes to show that the game is more team based. You need to be, doesn't matter how great you are, you're not going to get to the levels, to a higher echelon of gameplay, even if you're as good as Shiv is, without the team, right?
Well, and even other people like Lulu, for example. I haven't talked about her for a minute on the show. If you don't know who I'm talking about, everybody, Lulu Lovely. She's a great female streamer. Her nickname is the Kraber Queen. She's insane with that weapon.
Right.
She's also insane with the R-99. Right. But dude, she stopped playing Apex heavily last season. Yeah. She plays that more casual. She was trying new games. She's still doing it. She's trying new games. She's doing Overwatch. She's doing a whole sort of mix of things because it's just the ranked thing is not fun. Whether it's too easy, whether it's the rewards were too diminished, whatever it is,
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. The easy season, it wasn't fun. Season 12 was not fun for me. I didn't like it at all. I played the game, I got to Diamond, and then I stopped. I was like, this isn't even fun. Like I forget, it was the first season. I made it from silver 2 to Diamond in a week. And I don't even play that much, but it was
It only took me 2 weeks to get to Diamond. That's insane.
Yeah, it was nuts, man. I got to Diamond and I was like, this isn't fun, And then season 13 comes along, and I made it to Diamond or Platinum 4 the first split. But then when I got to Platinum Floor, all the people were just so trying to run and gun still that it made the game not fun. Like, this isn't fun. And then I made it back to Platinum 4 the second split too, but it's like this isn't fun. I'm not having fun. I'm not having fun running into a building and hot dropping because my teammates are frustrated they're not getting points. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Side note, Calvin, you know how a lot of people in the past have bitched, oh, I made it to Masters or Pred and they didn't get the right like badge and the right like next season, they didn't get the right report. It gave me like the hollow spray. It basically gave me the credit as being plat last season, even though I only made it one split and didn't finish the split there.
Interesting.
Like I finished both splits in gold, but it gave me like, you know how it's like either dull or shiny? It gave me the shiny platinum thing. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I didn't earn that, but tight.
Yeah. So the season 14 rank changes are as follows. So the first split of season 13, they had a point threshold. Second split, they reduced that point threshold by 10 points. But now the first split of season 14, they've added 5 points to that. So it's just 5 points less than split 1 of season 13. But because of that increase, they have removed diminishing returns on eliminations. And a friend of mine I was playing with, he is currently in silver, and he's currently silver 4, and he played a game, got first place, 5 kills, 2 assists, 7 participation trophies, and a promotion bonus. So he went from bronze 1 to silver 4, 574 points. Insane, just insane amounts of points that people can get now. And pros are complaining about this. The pros are upset. They're like, these points are just crazy. Blah 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 blah.
And they were the ones that hated the diminishing returns.
Exactly. They hated the diminishing returns, and now they're hating that it's gone. Fuck you, dude. What the fuck do you want? Here's the thing. Here's what the pros want. The pros want to play games where they get 20 bombs every game, and they want to be rewarded for those 20 bombs. So now, if diminishing returns are gone, you're going to explode out of those ranks that you don't belong in. If you're a Predator player and you're trying to casually play ranked and you're silver because you haven't played a couple of seasons, you're going to leave silver, you're going to leave gold, you're going to leave platinum super fucking fast. Much faster than the people who actually deserve to be there, right? And that just makes sense. Why do you have to be 20 bombing every game? You know, the people who are 20 bombing every game should fight other people who are 20 bombing every game, and then actually play a fair game and see what that's like for the rest of us.
Well, dude, over the last it's been a day and a half since the season's out, right? Yeah, I've done ranked. Well, I will say one thing: the second split of last season, almost every game, I rarely had the dumbasses that launched me into frag. I rarely, like, everybody used their mic. People understood the rank changes. Now that the diminishing returns are gone, no one's communicating. Everyone's just hot dropping. Like, I'm getting stuck with shitty fucking teammates again. Like, I'm going to keep saying it, and I know other people are going to agree. I understand that Apex Legends is a team-based game. You need a solo queue where you don't have to fight 3 stacks. You need it. It needs to be implemented.
Sure. I agree. So those are the rank changes. Let us know if you've had any interesting opinions about the rank changes. Hit us up on our social media accounts at Pex Pals Podcast. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Do that. Next up is balance updates, general balance updates towards the game. The very first thing is the new addition to the game called laser sights. For all SMGs and pistols, they have removed barrel attachments. So that's all SMGs across the board and pistols, R-45, P2020, fucking the 99.
Just the R-45.
Whatever. I'm just saying that's all SMGs and pistols. Shut the fuck up, Joel. Jesus Christ. Anyway, and so if it took a pistol, it's gone, and they gave you something new called hip fire. Hip fire reduces, or laser sights, it reduces hip fire spread. I dig this. I think it's really fucking cool. mostly because of our favorite weapon that got a huge buff from it,
the Prowler. If you're not using the Prowler with a purple laser, like if you get a purple laser sight and you don't pick up a Prowler,
yeah,
fuck, like you're like we're not meta gun people. If you've listened to this show, you know that Calvin and I will never be like, you're an idiot if you don't use this weapon.
Right.
If you don't use the Prowler with a purple laser sight,
yeah,
you're literally playing Apex wrong.
You're playing it wrong.
So fucking overpowered right now.
It's insane.
I mean, the Prowler's a good gun anyway, so Calvin and I would be telling you this regardless.
Yeah.
To try that weapon more. But like right now, I would put it top 3 guns in the game.
It's huge, dude. It's stupid strong. You don't miss.
You don't
miss. It's so good, dude. Oh my god, the Prowler with the laser sight is so good. But all the guns now, because Apex Legends is one of those weird games in terms of shooters and BRs where hip fire is actually viable. You know, where in games where you can ADS, right? It's not like Valorant where everybody hip fires anyway. But like or CS:GO, but like, you know, PUBG or Call of Duty or something like that, right? Hip fire actually works in Apex Legends. So
yeah,
people generally hip fire a lot. And
that's
now,
the only thing that actually works in Apex.
Right. And now that you have the laser sight, which makes your hip firing better, bro, you got to use it, man. You got to fucking use it. So I think it's good. I think it's a good change to the game.
I agree. And you can customize the laser colors,
which is cool.
Which
Super cool. So crate rotation, the G7 Scout, just like Joel mentioned earlier, is out of the crate. The Volt, just like I mentioned earlier, is out of the crate. So those are ground loot again. So go ahead and have fun using those. The Bocek bow is in the crate now, and the Rampage LMG is also back in the crate. I think this is a good change. Not necessarily for the Rampage, but for the Bocek bow. Like we said it last season. It takes that bow and arrow ammo off the ground, which was unnecessary. One thing I don't like about the Bocek being in the replicator or being in the crate now is you cannot pick up your arrows that you shoot. So before you shoot an arrow, it hits a wall, you can go over to that wall, grab that arrow back. Right.
I think that's a good thing because fuck that weapon.
Right. No, I get it. But I don't think it's now that it's a crate gun and you don't get any of the ammo back. Right. How often do you shoot the bow and then run to where you shot to make sure you got the arrows back? No one ever did that.
Fair.
So those arrows were lost anyway. But the fact that it's gone now, kind of, you know, I mean, like, what's the point of it? I don't know. Anyways,
it is worth noting that the Rampage comes with a thermite. So in that aspect, it's worth it. Like in a clutch situation, or if it's like final ring care package hits you and you're low on ammo, yes, you should grab it.
Yep.
I'm a little more of a Rampage stan these days than most, but for the general player, like it's not that big of a deal. It does drop. It only drops with the bruiser. If it dropped with the 3 times, I'd be a little bit more like gun ho. You know?
Right.
But yeah.
So
continue.
Yeah, those are the new guns in and out of the crate. The replicator crafting rotation has changed. The Wingman is back on the floor. Sad. Dumb. The Car SMG is also on as a ground loot, which cool. Yeah, love that.
And it's not mentioned in here, but they took barrels off the car, so you cannot put a laser sight or a barrel.
Yeah, I think that might be later when it actually gets to weapons.
I don't even think it said it. I thought it was one of those things that was missed.
Motherfucker! Look at bam. No longer takes barrel attachment. See, if you just wait your fucking turn, Joe Cupcake, and stop talking out of place.
I'm an only child. I'm impatient, dude.
I understand that. The devotion is in the crafter, and this is interesting. This is the first time I've ever seen this happen. The RE45 and hammer point combo is in the crafter. So when you craft an RE45, it comes with the hammer point, which is great. I think that's a really good idea because usually what happens is they'll throw the fucking Havoc or whatever the fuck in the replicator. You craft it, but it doesn't come with the turbocharger. It's like, what the fuck? Why would I even craft that? Right? Yep. I mean, for example, the devotion goes into the crafter without the turbocharger. So why in God's name would you craft the devotion? You're like, you know what? I have all this energy ammo. I'm just gonna fucking waste it. Like,
and it's not because you found a turbocharger. I've played probably 30 to 40 games in the last 2 days, right?
Yeah.
I have seen 3 turbochargers, Calvin.
I know.
3. It is the hardest thing to find in the game right now.
I've seen one, and I dropped it. I've seen one and I dropped it. So like, what's the point? Why would I drop my Volt for a devotion without a turbocharger? That's stupid. True. Why would I waste goo to craft a devotion anyway?
Anyways,
gold weapon rotation is the longbow, the G7 Scout, the beak, the 99, and the hemlock. So have fun with those. And to counteract the new hipfire attachment, base hipfire spread for SMGs has increased. And same thing with assault rifles, hipfire spread has also increased.
Don't stop, Calvin.
The which I think is a good idea, because none of the guns should be insanely accurate close range, except for close range weapons like shotguns, SMGs, and pistols, right? But now that the laser sight is going on to the SMGs and the pistols and makes those a much better close range option than your assault rifle. So have fun trying to work that, trying to figure that stuff out. The biggest thing Joe Cupcake is most excited about is this change here with the EVA 8. Lots of changes to the EVA 8. They improved the recoil. The EVA 8 now takes a buttstock, which increases its accuracy. The removed one pellet from the blast pattern, which sounds like it might be bad, but it's actually good because that means that it's a tighter spread. You're not going to have one random ass pellet just off into space. You now know, have a condensed version of the shot. The fire rate increased from 2.3 seconds to 2 seconds. The pellet damage has increased from 7 to 8 to compensate for removing the one pellet. And this is the biggest one. The bolt rate of fire bonus has increased. So not only did they increase the firing rate just in general, they've actually increased it from with a bolt now. Remember last season they took all this shit off. They reduced it. It was just like, I don't know, a weird slow ass shotgun for some reason. But now it shoots so much faster than it did before. Joe Cupcake just actually made a clip of it playing with the EVA acoustic clip, and bro, it shoots so goddamn fast.
Yeah, and that was without the double tap. With the double tap, it's just like
insane. So huge changes to the EVA 8. Go try it out. I know we talked about it last season. I know everyone still likes to use the PK for that big chunk damage. But I mean, the EVA in a pinch, dude, you got all those shots,
Well, if you hit both pulls of the double tap, like if you hit the burst and you're close range and you don't miss, it out damages the PK.
It's a lot of fucking damage.
Yeah.
Next up is bow check bow. Increased damages from this. And damage at full draw increased to 70 from 60, and they did this because it's in the care package, so that it makes them a much more viable care package weapon. It was strong before, but they made it just a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
And like I said, the fired arrows can no longer be collected on the go. The Rampage Lmg went back to its original damage of 28 from 26. It comes with the thermite grenade when you pick it in the care package, so that so that you can charge it up. You don't have to look for a thermite or waste a thermite. The Volt SMG had its damage reduced from care package damage to regular ground port damage from 17 to 15. The Car SMG no longer takes the barrel, so the Car SMG is how the Prowler used to be. The Prowler used to have a magazine, a sight, and a stock, but now the Prowler has the laser sight attachment to it. The Car SMG does not get a laser. The Car SMG just gets a magazine, a sight, and a buttstock. And they did this, I believe, to make sure that it doesn't just outright beat the 99 as the go-to SMG. Because if you had a barrel or now the new laser sight to increase the hip fire, the Car SMG would be unstoppable. I would say.
I mean, it's still unstoppable. Like
it's still amazing gun.
At mid range, I still prefer the Car to the 99. I know, I know, I'm in the minority there.
Sure, here,
yeah.
But yeah. So I think they did this to make this gun not the supremely overpowered always go to pick gun. So
true.
Have fun out there when you find your car. The G7 Scout is taken out of the care package. It had its damage reduced, had its headshot multiplier reduced, and had double tap hop up burst fire delay increased from 0.375 to 0.4. So that means that it takes a longer time in between the double tap hop up shots.
I don't like this. I don't like that.
I don't like it either because the double tap was already annoying to use anyway.
Yeah.
And now they just made it more annoying to use. So
that's one of the few guns where you can hip fire and you still feel safe, and now you don't. Like it's not as good. Like, you know, and the headshot, like I understand reducing the damage because they pulled it out of the care pack, but why did you reduce the headshot multiplier? Like the bullet drop is so severe on that weapon, you need to keep that multiplier.
Exactly. And to make it comparable with the new 3030.
Everything.
You know what I mean? And so the L-Star has some changes to it. The R-485 has some changes to it. The Wingman, the biggest change to the Wingman is now it uses sniper ammo and sniper magazines. It does not get a barrel, hip fire laser sight attachment, because even though it's a pistol, it's strictly magazine, sight, and hop up. It can still use the what's it called, the
skull piercer.
Well, I use the skull piercer now, but what's the golden one that the Hemlock uses where you get the extra round?
Oh, the boosted loader.
Boosted loader. So you can swap between boosted loader and skull piercer still, but why fuck would you? Because skull piercer is fucking disgusting. The Wingman headshot does 113 base damage. 113 base damage. That's insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane.
Yeah. Also the boosted loader, I think it gives you less of a reload bonus because they made it a purple hop up, not a gold one, Calvin.
Oh, really?
I don't even think it gives you as many rounds as it used to.
Oh, wow. So
yeah. So the hemlock comes with the gold one on it, but you can't take it off.
Right. So yeah. So weird. Sniper ammo, they changed some changes to the way it loads into your backpack. You can now hold just a little bit more sniper ammo with you, and I think they did that so people wouldn't complain about the Wingman. I fucking hate the Wingman. Anyway, the Spitfire, there's some changes to it. It is now a light weapon, and it makes sense to me personally because before we said it last episode, there was 2 LMGs in the heavy. There was a Rampage and the Spitfire. And now it makes sense that the Spitfire is light because the Spitfire does less damage than the Rampage, shoots faster than the Rampage, uses way more ammo than the Rampage. The Rampage is a true heavy light machine gun. One of the biggest things,
I don't like the recoil adjustment though.
I don't like the recoil adjustment,
but I used one yesterday.
Yeah.
With I had like a fucking 3 times and a purple stock, and like I fucking just got like rickrolled, dude.
I've been doing good with it.
It just kicks. I mean, I haven't gotten a chance to use it a bunch.
Sure.
But I don't think it needed that. You know what I mean? Especially with all the high output damage guns you're up against now. Right. I don't think it needed that.
Interesting. We'll see how it plays out. It's been a day. We'll see how it plays out.
True.
Biggest change for me is the 3030, because I love this gun. Dual loader, the old hop up has now been worked into the 3030, so now it just does it automatically. And it also takes the skull piercer damage. I haven't played with it yet. I haven't seen the numbers on this yet. But that just goes to show that it's going to do stupid damage at that mid to long range for you.
Yeah, all the skull piercers aren't on the map because everyone's just putting them on their Wingmans. So I haven't been able to find one either. Like unless I take it off a dead Wingman user's body.
Exactly.
Which I'm on console, so that doesn't happen because they just kill me every time. So.
Right. There's some changes to the Mastiff. The Sentinel Deadeye's Tempo has been worked into the base Sentinel, so that's a pretty good thing. Hop ups, like we said, the double tap is back. It goes on to the EVA 8 and the G7. Skull Piercer's back, goes on to the Longbow, the Wingman, and the 3030. It does a 35% increase headshot damage, which is more than it did before.
Yeah, because it was only 30 or 28% or
something like that. It was some other weird number, but this, honestly, man, I don't like it. I don't like that it's back. I think it's cool that it's going on the 3030 because the 3030 needed something to make it climb the ranks a little bit.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's on backup for the Wingman, dude, I think that's a bad idea, dude.
You know what? Whichever one of you devs listens to the show, and listeners, we know the devs listen to the show. We're right way too often. And it's not like the stuff we read on the internet. It's like the stuff Calvin and I come up with and say on this show.
Yeah.
And you might think that that's me being egotistical. Well, guess what? It's my fucking show, motherfucker. Anyways. Stop being scared, devs. Give us the full auto back. I want the Prowler to be the best gun in the game again. That is what I want. Give it to me now.
Agreed.
Well, it is the best gun in the game now, kind of. But
they removed the Dead Eyes tempo and the shatter caps from the floor loot, which I think is good. Good idea. It's gone. We don't have to worry about. We're cleaning up the ground loot as we go. And another way to differentiate the gold hop ups, they have changed the boosted loader from gold, from epic quality to legendary, so from gold to purple.
Yeah.
The biggest changes so far are, I would say, the biggest changes of the season are the changes to the gold backpack and the gold knockdown shield. Gold backpack now has a new perk called Deep Pockets. It means that you carry, instead of 2 shield bats or med kits, it's 3. And instead of 1 Phoenix kit, it's 2 Phoenix kits. And they now changed the gold knockdown shield. The gold knockdown shield is still the gold knockdown shield is now the item that you use to do the half health res. It used to be the backpack. It is the gold knockdown shield now. Self revive is completely removed from the game. I don't know if I like that.
I don't either.
I don't know if I like it yet. We'll see.
Because it's not like it's easy to stack all 3 gold items. You know what I mean?
Right.
It wasn't. So.
Right. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays out. I don't know if I like it or not.
I do like the. I know we're running out of time here, Cal, but I do like the deep pockets because especially for like the bunker down characters.
Yeah.
Dude, 2 Phoenix kits in a stack, 3 med kits, 3 bat. Like that's it's been insanely useful.
Yeah. Changes to the Arc Star. Changes to explosive holds, which are
I don't like those changes.
I'm not a big fan either. Arc Star, sure. I don't mind these changes here. Explosive hold, I don't know. Well, we'll see how that plays out. The explosive holds are the gun vaults that you find around Kings Canyon. The biggest changes, so character wise, is Valkyrie. Valkyrie got a huge bunch of changes. I haven't seen very many Valkyries this season.
Either.
No more than the usual. I think everyone's just trying out Vantage, stuff like that. But here are all the numbers right here. You can pause your YouTube video to watch this to read these.
Yeah, the main thing with Valk is she has 25% less height on the ultimate. That's the main thing they changed, I would say.
Yes, which is huge. They increased the I think they increased her ult cooldown, right?
No, they did not.
Oh, okay. I thought they did for some reason. Okay.
No, anyway, we wanted them to. We wanted them to,
but they didn't. But they made changes to her VTOL jets, to her missile swarm, and her skyward dive. So all her stuff has been changed. Go check out the website to read it for yourself. Changes to Horizon. One of the biggest thing that I think about Horizon is that her ultimate, the black hole, is now susceptible to friendly fire, friendly damage, which I think is great. Because part of the problem was you throw Horizon's ult and everyone on your team would swarm it with grenades and you would just instantly murder a team. But now if everyone's throwing grenades, you're going to destroy the black hole before, all your grenades can go off essentially.
Yeah.
Especially if you're throwing thermite grenades. And that allows the team to get away. Your teammates can't also just blindly shoot into the black hole without being able to even see anybody, hoping that they just shoot the person who's getting pulled into it. You're going to destroy the actual ultimate. So I think that's really great. Changes to Watson, big changes to Newcastle. His revive movement speed is increased. They reduced the turn slow while moving. So it used to be able to you'd turn really, really slowly when you're rezzing somebody, but now they reduced that. So now you turn faster. The increased the blue knockdown shield and white knockdown shield health, 50 points each. So now you don't just, if you have a white knockdown shield, you're trying to res your buddy, you don't just instantly melt it anymore. You have a little bit more time to survive a few more shots to increase your boy. Mobile shield got some increases. Castle wall got some buffs to it too.
Yeah, the buffs for Newcastle are huge. I played him earlier. How quickly you can move while dragging and rezzing he's actually a game changer now.
Actually, yes, it's so we'll see how that plays out with the meta of the season. Mad Maggie got some nice upgrades too. And she can actually destroy Gibby's barrel now, which I think
you mean bubble.
I'm sorry, destroy Gibby's bubble. Wrecking Ball destroys Gibby's bubble now, which is pretty fucking cool.
And it blinds and slows enemies appropriately now, which I think is another big buff.
Exactly. The biggest buff, shadow buff, that I think is Mirage. Mirage, before, Mirage's decoys used to not be able to be scanned by Valkyrie when she was skydiving. So if you had a Valkyrie flying over you, we know with her, either from a rope or her flying or her ultimate, whatever. If you popped your ultimate, Valkyrie would see you, highlight you, but not your decoy. So it was just like your decoy was pointless, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Seer's heartbeat, and Seer's ultimate too. It used to be not you couldn't see any of Mirage's decoys; they wouldn't be highlighted, but now they all are, which is I think is really fucking dope. It makes him more viable in those senses, in that sense, and I've seen it work. I played Mirage this past day and a half, and I've seen it work myself.
I don't know why he's still so low pick rate. I don't get it.
It's because he's big brain. It's because Mirage is big brain.
Same thing like Crypto. Yeah.
You know, Mirage and Crypto are like two big brain characters. You can't just mindlessly do their abilities. You have to plan it out. You really have to plan it out on the fly as it happens to you. So a lot of character changes. Check out the website to see what those are. A bunch of changes to the crafting. The biggest thing that I'll get into, but I won't read all of these, is team use harvesters. So now if you're running around and you're grabbing goo, your whole team doesn't have to do it. One person can grab all the goo. Say everyone's short one barrel of goo and you're right next to a replicator, but there's enemies all around you. Your Wraith, your Octane, or whatever character that has movement can run out, grab that goo. Everybody gets the goo. And then your teammates can start using the replicator so they can make their equipment, without having to go out and get shot,
Yep.
Which
they changed the price. They changed the price on a lot of stuff. If you're like me, where your favorite loadout for the R3 is the 2.4, that's actually the cheapest loadout to build now. The R3 with all the stuff with like the barrel and the 2.4, the 2.4 and the barrel, everything got made cheaper to make for that loadout.
Yep. And then the last thing that we'll talk about with all these patch notes is the ring changes. So they made some ring adjustments, and most notably for the very first ring, what a lot of people were complaining about was that when the game would start, people would just hang out in the first ring because it did very nominal damage, very low damage that no one really cared about. If you had band-aids, if you had med kits, if you had a lifeline or an octane, you can just survive forever in the first ring and just wait for rotations, and wait for people to run in front of you and not looking into the red, because who the fuck would hang out in the red? But they made some changes to that, and here they are right here. So ring 1 damage increased from 2 HP ticks to 3. So now ring 1 damage equals ring 2 damage. So you could still kind of hang out, right? Because 100 points is your health. That's what, 30 seconds. So you can kind of hang out for 30 seconds still in the ring before going down. But I mean, why would you do that? The ring 1 pre-shrink time has decreased from 3 minutes to 1 minute. So before, when the game would start, before ring 1 would start to close, it would take 3 minutes, which was a long fucking time.
That was a long fucking time.
Well, so now
I got really tired of those games where it's like ring 1 closing and there's 6 teams left. I got really tired of it.
Exactly. And so now it closes faster, which forces more people to move from their rat positions into the next ring location. So from 3 minutes to 1 minute. And then here are all the closing times for all the maps here. So a lot of stuff, so much stuff going on in the very first split of season 14. Joe Cupcake, it's been a day and a half. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, so far everything's great. I'm loving this is the most diverse and balanced gun selection I think we've had.
Agreed.
Probably ever, if not at least since like season 8. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My only problem is they didn't fix the crutch aspect of the game. There's still far too many. Like if you land on the R-301, your team wins the fight.
Or
and I think
the Wingman is still a crutch gun now.
Yeah. But there are a little less of those, and I've seen less people pick them up. I think because of the sniper ammo thing. But that's my really only complaint is I'm so tired of like if I don't. It seems like if I don't have an R-301, I lose. You know what I mean? And that's kind of bumming me out. Other than that, man, like the map changes are great. This is the season of Mad Maggie. If you are somebody who flirted with Mad Maggie or thought she was fun, use her more. I mean, I even had a huge positive point rank game where I ran double shotguns only because I ran out of ammo for everything else. But like how buff the Eva is right now, you have a lot more options. You don't just have to stick to flatline PK meta. You can really mix it up. I think that's good for the game. I think Vantage brings a lot of long range options. A lot of like it forces you to communicate with your team because the Vantage can easily magically be on your 90-degree angle from you.
Yeah,
with the other two rushing you from the front, and you really have to pay attention. I think the people that are going to suffer the most, especially in pubs, are the people that don't run scan characters.
Yeah.
But I think it's good because it's all of it is more towards forcing people to play as a team. But overall, I love it. What about you, Cal?
So far, I think, like you said, I think the gun meta is good. I think with Vantage and the changes to just all the guns in general, we're gonna see more long range games, long range fights.
Which I'm not good at, so I'm not excited about that. But
I mean, like with the laser hip fire, I think close range fights are gonna end a lot faster. But I think the meat of the game is gonna be coming from that mid to long range, especially with Vantage. And from what I've seen so far, she's a totally good pick. She's definitely helpful to the team. I don't know if she is worthy enough to break the meta. But I do see other characters kind of hopefully making their appearance in the meta this season. Mine most notably is more Mad Maggie, more Newcastle, more Horizon to counter Vantages who are going up to weird locations, and hopefully more Crypto. Crypto got a buff. Crypto can drone can now eat Watson pylons, which is huge. Didn't used to before, but now that's huge. It'll help your team from bunkering. And Crypto has always been good. Crypto's big brain. But so I hope with the changes we see more gun diversity and we're seeing more legend diversity.
Yeah, and a lot of people are on the fence about this whole barrel stabilizer laser sight thing. Get over it. Every single one of you that are like me that have complained about the audio issues in this game, you see those fucking lasers. They're fucking bright. Both Vantage's snipe ones and the hip fire ones. And at the end of the day, it's a help. I mean, really, I have one question, Calvin, and then we can end the episode.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the 120 FPS next gen update? Because for those of you that haven't been paying attention, for console gamers, you can't turn off the crossplay option anymore. You can no longer do that. You are forced to not just play with people, not only just on your console type, but also on computer. The amount of times I lose by like a fucking fraction of a second, and I can tell it's a hardware issue or an FPS issue, just them being able to process and see the game better than us is not fair. This needs to be a priority to the team. Like I know that they make money. I know that they're rewarding the long-term players with the fucking prestige skins and the heirlooms, but like the fucking next gen update has to be the priority because it's just, if you're going to force us to play cross-platform gaming, it needs to be at least like pseudo balanced. You know what I mean? And right now it's not at all. You and I have talked about this big time.
Absolutely. No, I agree. It's interesting. These games nowadays, they cater to not only the pros, because the pros make them the money, but they also cater to PC, even though there's a large, not negligible amount of people who play console for not just this game, but for all games. And so it's interesting that is kind of taken step back or put on the back burner for, you know, the Wingman or something. You know what I mean? So I think we're gonna hopefully we'll see something new or some changes for console.
Yeah, but you know what, listeners, we're gonna get ready to wrap the episode. This has been longer than Calvin and I meant it to be. Next week we're gonna talk about, you know, we're gonna go in depth on how we feel about this new ring closing, the character changes. It is looking like leak news. Wraith is getting the next prestige skin. Calvin and I are going to talk to you about why we agree with our friend Kodiak's. Loba has to get a buff, and Loba has to have the next heirloom. You know, and we have a few other things that we didn't get to talk about today that will be coming at you real hot next week. Calvin, before we get out of here, we got to honor our boy Fusey.
Who?
What is your Motherload music pick of the week?
My Motherload music
album or song? Or album
my Motherload music pick of the week is a newer album, came out a couple years ago, back in 2020 during the hype of COVID hype, and came out during COVID, and did actually fairly well for music during that time, even though the music industry had took a big hit during that time. And it's the band Talla, Tallah, Talla, and the album Matchophagy. And it is a concept album, their very first album. The drummer is the son of someone in Slipknot. And so that's kind of like how they got their little thing going.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah. The singer is a YouTuber who got famous for his vocal covers and his vocal stylings and his vocal videos on YouTube. Really good singer, really creative singer. The album is very creative. The songs are very creative, very like, there's a lot of new metal-y riffs in it. Just solid creative album. I mean, like the title of the album and the concept of the album is a little weird, a little edgy, but the songs are great, and the music is great. So I'll definitely check out that album. It's been a solid listen of mine the past couple of years. What about you, Joe?
Yeah. I'm going way back in time. We're going way to when you and I were youngins. Actually, this might have even been before we were alive. For those of you that don't know, my favorite band of all time is Nine Inch Nails. I'm going with their album, Pretty Hate Machine.
Oh,
if you are unfamiliar with Trent Reznor, he is the main guy in Nine Inch Nails. He's done soundtracks for probably 4 out of 10 of your favorite movies of all time. And he's probably one of the most influential people on the rock music genre of the last 30 fucking years. So check out Pretty Hate Machine by Nine Inch Nails. Beyond that, you know, that's it. I'm Joel Cupcake. This is Calvan Man, or Calvin the Calvin, depending on what social media platform you're on. I'm Joel Cupcake Worldwide. This has been Pex Pals. Follow us everywhere. Pex Pals Podcast. Email us, pexpalspodcast@gmail.com. We've been a lot more. You've been watching us on YouTube. The show is better, funnier, more entertaining, probably more bearable that way. So please do that. That's also just Pex Pals Podcast. Calvin, what are we leaving the viewers with today? What's our sign off? I'm handing it to you. No, you always hand it to me, motherfucker. It's your turn. It's your turn.
I've always wanted to say this. The way I'm going to sound on the show